Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Room, and welcome back to Silent Hill 4. Last time we conquered Apartment World, only to find a beaten and bloody Eileen. That is incredibly depressing. Anyway, last time I actually forgot to examine all the pictures in my room, so I'm going to do that. The clock has stopped. How much time has passed since this room started going crazy and the hole appeared? Now for the bookshelf. It's just a bunch of cheap novels, nothing interesting here. Nothing on the radio. This is South Ashfield Heights. Is there something screwy going on with this whole apartment building? Probably. I got this photo from the superintendent, but there's nothing very interesting about it. Now for the bookshelf. Photos of me when I was a kid and when I graduated. Nothing very interesting. Alrighty, let's go examine the stuff in Henry's room now. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I feel something like fear coming from this photo. I doubt it's his imagination. I didn't think anything of it when I took the picture, but now it gives me a seriously creepy feeling. These descriptions are starting to get a lot more ominous. Maybe it's just my nerves playing tricks on me, but this photo gives me a weird feeling. Huh. Maybe it's my imagination, but I get that weird feeling looking at this photo too. That's not a good sign. There are scraps from magazine articles, but I don't remember cutting them out. Alrighty then. Let's check on the peephole. Nothing. That fainted handprint is still there. And I'm going to get out the placards, because that's what you need now. You need to get all these out. So that, and that. And then I'm going to get out the axe. If you want to, you can equip the spade, but I prefer the axe. And there is no reason to examine this hole anymore, because nothing happens throughout the rest of the game now when you examine it. Yep, it's nothing new happens in that hole anymore. That's kind of a shame. Oh, what's this? It's some kind of stain. Come to think of it, it also looks like an evil demon. What? I wish I could see what Henry's seeing. I don't see it. Anyway, you want to use the succubus talisman right here. There we go, that's pretty wicked. What the hell? After he did the ritual of the Holy Assumption, other worlds began to force their way into his universe and it began to swell horribly. But his universe is different than ours. It has limits, and in the limits of that universe he rules as a king, and in the deepest part of his kingdom is his mother. That is very strange. Temptation is inscribed into the depression. Well, we have a temptation placard right here. And then you want to use this one here. Use the source placard. And the watchfulness placard. And the chaos placard. That is fucking cool. The hole. Where would it lead to this time? Eileen, I wonder if she's okay. Enter the hole? Hell yeah. When this first happened, when I was playing this game, I just thought that was like so cool how you made this new hole in your cleaning room. Pretty smart decision to run, if you ask me. Anyway, equip the axe. I almost called it a spade. And you want to kill all of these Hummers here. They can be pretty annoying to deal with, so it's best to just kill all of them now. There's an item right there. Behold, the shortest Silent Hill cutscene. What's a woman's handbag doing here? It must be Eileen's. Take Eileen's bag? Yeah, sure. Eileen's bag, Eileen only weapon. Looks like it could cause a little bit of damage. Huh. Anyway, let's see if we can re-enter that room we were just in. Which was right over here. And behold, it's a patient! One hit me? Okay. These enemies can be pretty annoying. You have to step on them twice in order for them to be dead for good, which can be a little bit annoying. And they often appear in groups, which is even more annoying. But they're not as bad as sniffer dogs, in my opinion, so yeah. It's a bloody operating table. That guy, what in God's name was he doing here? And I think you can come over here and examine this table. Also, you can come to this side for this interesting camera angle. There's a saw right here and a little knife right here. I wish Henry would pick these up and use them as weapons, but you can't. There's a strange human-shaped object. Let's get a good look at that. That's what that looks like. You can examine this too. The operating table. There's a blood-stained cover on top of something. I don't even want to imagine what's under that cover. Yeah, smart man, Henry. Neither do I. Neither do I. Anyway, there are actually no items in here, so just leave. Yeah, just an enemy in there. But that man in the coat, he's not in there anymore. That's very, very strange. It doesn't look like he could have possibly gone anywhere. But there is an item in here. Nutrition drink, very nice. The light is broken and lying on top of the operating table. You can also examine this bed here. It's a bed with wheels. They must move patients with this. I wonder if Eileen is in this room. I'm pretty sure that should say, I wonder if Eileen was in this room. So, little translation error right there. Because she's clearly not in there. I'm gonna look at my map. We are right there. And run along over here for a paper cutting knife. Originally made for cutting paper, it's hard to use as a weapon. This is hard to use as a weapon, but it is pretty fun to use. Because it's just so fast, and you can stun enemies with it. But it does take forever to kill monsters with it. But yeah, it's a pretty novelty weapon right there. There are all sorts of medical things, but I wouldn't know what to do with any of them. Alright, that's all there is in here, so you can just leave now. You can examine this. Ah, we gotta find Eileen. There are a lot of photos pinned up on the board. Could these be Eileen's pictures? Alrighty, there's also a memo right here. It's a nurse's memo. I lost Eileen Gallivan's hospital room key. She was a patient brought in with severe injuries. I wonder if I left it in one of the other hospital rooms. I really hope not. Unfortunately, she did. And to the other hospital rooms we must go. Alright, now over here, this is a very annoying room. But if you just run over here and then quickly grab this, come on Henry, okay, grab that ampule and then leave, then you won't have to deal with these patients. Yeah, if you stay in there too long, those patients will like gang up on you and it can be pretty annoying. You can run along in here for a portable medical kit. And this always weirded me out. I never ever understood this, no matter how many times I played this game. But you see Henry is looking at something here, and it even has its own camera angle, but there is nothing here. It's just a baby's medical chart. I wonder why Team Silent, the developers of this game, put this much care into this one specific part. They gave it its own unique camera angle, and they made Henry look at it only to have nothing be here. And look at that, that's a Silent Hill 2 reference right there. We had to examine that board in the hospital in Silent Hill 2 in order to get number pad code. That is very, very interesting. Alrighty, over here. Run upstairs for a very funny camera angle. And, oh boy. All of these rooms are completely randomized. It is different every playthrough which room is what. So, let's get started. Ow. Okay, here's this room, this long thing. What the hell is it? Some kind of umbilical cord? Nothing in here, so you can feel free to just leave. Okay, there is a health drink, a nutrition drink right there. This bed looks like someone broke it. Looks like someone broke it. Looks like an object broke it. Okay, let's see what's in here now. I find it interesting how that doesn't kill you, because in hard mode in Silent Hill 3, I know if this was Silent Hill 3, that would have probably killed you on hard mode. There are a bunch of x-ray pictures stuck up on the board. Are these Eileen's x-rays? No, that's clearly a sniffer dog's x-ray and a gumhead's x-ray, so don't be stupid, Henry. There are photos on the wall. Yes, there are. Alrighty, we have 4 rooms down, many, many more to go. It's a man's dead body. Yeah, take a good look at that. A very nice saint medallion. There's a nice soft afternoon light coming from the window. Is time flowing differently here, or is this some kind of light from heaven? That is a very beautiful description. I mean, very, very beautiful flavor text. Pick that up. It's some kind of skin. It smells horrible. There's something stuck in it. Around the middle of the skin, there's still some meat attached on the inside. Very gnarly, very gross. There are all sorts of medicines, but I don't know what any of them are. Gotta take a good look at that. Ew. Alrighty, we have 7 rooms down. Many more to go. You cannot examine this, interestingly enough. Like, Henry has nothing to say about this, which is kind of funny. There is a misconception that if you use the taser on this thing, it will make its eyes glow. But that's actually not its eyes glowing. That's actually the glow of the taser reflecting off the eye textures. So yeah, if you listen very closely, you can hear sex noises. Alright, now I'm gonna leave because it's very uncomfortable in here. What the hell? I can see legs coming out from the bottom of the cloth. I wonder if that's symbolic of someone who's trapped somehow. I don't know. But very, very interesting scenery right there. I probably should have mentioned this, but those wheelchairs can't hurt you. But it's pretty obvious that they can, so you know, you just want to avoid them. Oh my god, I'm stuttering so much today. It's a sterile room. Which one is the sterile room? Yeah, look at that, there are 2 of them. Very, very interesting. Alright, when you reach 10 items, you want to leave this place. So I'm going to go back down to the first floor. But before I do that, I want to call it the elevator. Ah, come on, examine this. Okay, call it the elevator. Anyway, the hole is over here. I like how Henry labels every room here. Office, reception, washroom, doctor's lounge, supply room. Alright, go through the hole. Literally, the only thing you want to do is just put your stuff back. Okay, I put everything away except for my axe in Eileen's bag. Okay, I am back in the hospital now. Here's what calling up that elevator did. It made it so we can come in here. And if you look down there, you can see some bodies grinded up in the machinery. That is very, very disturbing. So, yeah. Very creepy. Okay, I want to go check out that rooms that we didn't check out yet. Okay, up a few more rooms. Yeah, this room. It's a key. Take the hospital room key? Yes. You got the hospital room key. Key found in the hospital. It's probably the key to Eileen's hospital room. Oh, that's, interesting. But then again, there was a memo on the first floor saying that. The funny thing is they actually need to use the key on this cage here, and then Henry still keeps the key. Look at that. Dried up flowers right here. Dried up flowers. I just said that. Take the holy candle. Yes. Special candle with anti-spirit effects. Begins working shortly after being lit and placed down. We will be getting into this very, very important item later. Also, do not accidentally lay this item down because you can use it right now and that'll just waste it completely. Here's this room. Nothing in here though. Look at that. That's gross. Oh man, that stinks like hell. What the hell is it? Ew, I don't know. Look at that. You can see a shadow. You see that? There's someone sitting in that chair, but we can't see them. That's very, very interesting. Anyway, there are revolver bullets right here. Be sure to pick those up. Also, if you re-enter, it's gone. And do you know what that does? That actually makes another wheelchair spawn out here. So yeah, that's very interesting. Here's this room. That terrible smell. What's behind this cloth? Makes a very funny squishy sound when you hit it. But besides that, there's nothing else in here. Okay, I remember this room being really annoying in particular. Okay, come on, hit both of them. Please hit both of them. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that one's gonna hit me. No! No, step on this one. Step on that one. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hit it again. Okay. Okay, there we go. Step on you again, so you're dead for good. It's some kind of skin, it smells so bad, it must be fairly new. My god, is it human skin? Okay, there we go. Sometimes when you try to step on a monster, Henry will just like go through the doors next to it, which can be a little bit annoying. Look at that, I'm slow because the floor is sticky. And there are some pistol bullets right there. This is legitimately as fast as you can go in this room. Look at that, it's raining in here. It's wet from rain? That's very interesting. I always kind of interpreted this as a Silent Hill 2 reference, because remember at the end how it was raining on the roof and there was a bed on the roof too? And these toadstools kind of remind me of tentacles, and Maria used the tentacle to fight James. I don't know, it just seems like a Silent Hill 2 reference. Alrighty, 3 more rooms. It's a sterile room. That's all there is in here. There's a pitching wedge right here. There's a horrible smell coming from inside the broken glass. And since we have enough space to carry it, we might as well. It's a 4-iron, my bad. Golf club, powerful and easy to use, but it looks like it could break easily. And breaking easily it does. I can see someone on the other side of the wire net, but they're not moving. Is it a dead body? Let's get a good look at that. Kind of hard to see. Alrighty, let's leave now. It doesn't look like I can go any further. Very cool scenery right there. And finally, Eileen. Alrighty, so if you're not at full health right now, I would recommend going back to your apartment and then going all the way to full health and then finally coming here to get Eileen.
Eileen! Eileen, relax!
Henry? From next door. What are you doing here?
I don't know where to start. There was this strange hole in my room. I saw people getting killed. All these weird other worlds. And I saw you get attacked too.
What are you talking about? I'm supposed to believe that?
But it's true. And there was a kid with you.
I remember now. I was getting ready to go to my friend's party. The boy protected me from the man with the coat. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I guess there's something wrong with me. I just feel so scared. This place. Where is it anyway?
I don't know either. But I do know that if you get killed here, then you die in the real world too. Anyway, the only way out of here is through that hole.
Okay. Okay, take me with you.
Henry is the most nonchalant person ever. Anyway, make Eileen hold her handbag. There's a scalpel, scissors, and other surgical instruments here. What are they doing here? Okay, you'll want to try your damn hardest to make sure Eileen never gets hit. If she does get hit quite a few times, then that's fine. But as long as you try to not let her take damage, then you should be good. Aw, come on. That looked like it was gonna hit both of them, but it didn't. Hit it, Eileen. Okay, Eileen, attack that one. Aw. Ow. Come on. Come on. Okay, good. And good. Okay. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Oh, fuck. I just went in this room by accident. Okay, yes. You want to make sure that Eileen does not take damage there. Which can be pretty tricky. Okay, come on, Eileen. Also, a difference between Eileen and Cynthia from earlier is that you need to make sure Eileen is close to you when going through doors. So, for example, if I go through, like, this door down here, you see, Eileen isn't going to be with me. Because she needs to be close to you when you're going through a door. So if I go through this door, she will be here with me because she's right next to me. So that can get in the way sometimes. Okay, come on, Eileen. This effectively cuts your running speed in half. Okay, now let's go downstairs, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. Come on, okay. And there are going to be a bunch of patients out here. Oh, that one's coming towards me. Don't come towards me. Eileen, take care of that one. Oh, she got hit. That's a shame. Okay, step on you. Step on you. Come on, step. Steppity, step, step, step. Okay. Steppy step step step. Okay. Now let's bring Eileen back. Oh shit, did you hear that? Oh, come on, Henry. The red diary sent under my bed. I mean, Henry had to have thought that, like, Eileen would have been in the bed with him, right? And nothing new out here. Still no eclipse. And it's a lot darker. The air in this room feels heavy. The ceiling fan has fallen down. This room, it's so oppressive. Okay, there's a paper here. It's a red envelope. There's a letter and a small key inside. You've seen that world as well, that horrible nightmare. But if you get sucked into it, it's not just a nightmare. Don't get lost in there. If you get pulled in, you'll be killed. But there's still hope. Maybe the small key will guide you. If you've seen the door with the placard set in it, look on the other side of the door, and keep going down to the deepest part of him, and look for the ultimate truth. July 20th, Joseph. Joseph? Red diary, July 20th, into your scrapbook. You got a small key. Small but ordinary key found in the red envelope. Alright, let's check out the people now. And, okay, nothing new. Okay, new memos over here. How long has it been since I left this room? I can't tell if it's been days or hours, but during that time, they found the body of 1421. I've been having hallucinations lately. I think I'm losing my mind. No date written. Looks like a scrap from a diary. Walter Sullivan did kill himself. He died in his prison cell of blood loss after he stabbed himself in the neck with his spoon. His body was buried in a cemetery just outside his hometown in Silent Hill in an unmarked grave. After that, his name became famous all over the world, and it looked like his string of mass murders was finished at 10 out of 21. But 3 years later, they found a corpse that had 1221 carved into it. The corpse was from 6 months earlier. In other words, the person was killed 2.5 years after Sullivan committed suicide. The MO was exactly the same as Sullivan's, except for one thing. All 10 of Sullivan's victims were found with their hearts cut out and their chest wounds sewn together expertly with thread. On the other hand, the 1221 victims still had their heart. Naturally, the police think it's a copycat and are proceeding on that basis, but they haven't made any progress and recently discovered victim number 13. This corpse also had their heart intact. The police haven't even identified a suspect. I've got a working hypothesis. Very few people knew the details of the original crimes and would be able to copy Sullivan's MO so precisely. First, I'll head to Silent Hill, to the graveyard near the beautiful little lake. Maybe I'll find the answer there. June 11th. Just one more paper right here. The weather that day was very strange. Even though I avoided the earlier storm, there was still a thick fog clinging to everything. Fortunately, that allowed me to avoid being seen and get right to work. The police are still stubbornly acting as if it's a copycat case, so I figured things probably hadn't been touched here. But I was wrong. I should have come sooner. The cemetery was in such bad condition that it was almost sad. The storm must have raised the sea level. Anyway, that's how it was when I found Walter Sullivan's grave. This diary is pretty damaged around this point and I can't read anymore. I'm still in shock. There was no body in the grave. And on top of that, written on the coffin were the numbers 1121, June 14th. Put the red diary, June 14th, in your scrapbook. Huh, we found a coffin that said 1121 in Forest World. Anyway, remember earlier how I said before you pick up Eileen, you want to come back to your room and heal completely? I didn't do that because I'm kind of reckless, but the reason why I said that is because starting from this point forward, the room will not heal you, and it will stay this way for the rest of the game. This room is no longer a safe haven. In fact, certain things in this room will damage you, so you want to try to avoid coming to it as much as possible. Now you can only rely on health supplies you pick up, and this game has a very limited number, so you want to play your cards right. So yeah, coming back to this room and healing is a very, very wise decision. Alright, let's save. Let's check on the radio. Huh, it's broken. And that's another thing. The radio has no more signals now for the rest of the game. Okay, with me I have the axe and Eileen's purse, and I have this health drink so I can heal. There we go. And now let's go back to the hole.
Henry. Oh.
Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah? And I didn't see any hole either. You just disappeared all of a sudden. I can't stay here by myself. I'll be cursed. I know it. What am I gonna do?
I might know a way to save you. Do you know about someone named Joseph?
Yeah. He was the guy who lived in your apartment before you. I think he was a journalist or something. He disappeared about 6 months before you moved in. But toward the end, he started acting really weird.
Yeah. He was doing an investigation about a religious cult and a man named Walter Sullivan. I got this letter from him. He told me to go down into the deepest part of him, and to look for the ultimate truth. Let's do that. There must be something down there.
Okay. I'll do it. You're the only chance I've got. I'll stick with you.
Alrighty, make sure both you and Eileen have a weapon equipped. A lot of people say that it's a good idea to have it so Eileen isn't holding a weapon, but from my experience, I've played this game so many times, and I think it is a good idea to have Eileen holding a weapon. Just, that's my personal assessment. Anyway, we can finally come through here because we have that key. Okay, this is a very, very annoying room. It's good to save before this room. You want to make sure Eileen doesn't get hit that much. I would say as long as she get hits... If she takes less than 3 hits in this room, then you're good. Like, that's your goal. Just make sure she gets hit less than 3 times. Oh my god, that nurse down... I mean, that patient down there is gonna get hit. I mean, it's gonna get up again. Good girl, Eileen. Attack that nurse. Oh, she got hit. Oh, she got hit. She got hit again. Okay, there we go. Okay, that one hit that she took from my axe, the back hit of my axe, that does not actually count. When you hit Eileen with a weapon when there are other monsters nearby, Eileen actually won't take any damage from your weapon hit. Interestingly enough. Ever downward. Alrighty, come on, Eileen. Look at this place. This place is very, very visually interesting. You want to make sure Eileen is following you. Come on, Eileen. Come on. Sometimes she can get caught on the sides. But yeah, you want to make sure she's with you. Come on, Eileen. Man, she just keeps on getting stuck. Come on. Look at that. There's a little room there you kind of see in. Kind of hard to see, though. Big chain link fence there.
Please, don't leave me alone.
I'm not trying to, Eileen. There's a hole in here, but we do not have to go in there. Kind of pointless to go back there. At this current moment, at least. Okay, come on, Eileen. Look at that. There's a little room there. Pretty cool to look in there. See, I can't just leave Eileen all alone. You have to, like, wait for her here. Okay, there she is. Alrighty. Be sure to pick this up. And this place looks all too familiar. I always love the little details here, how, like, the map is faded now that we're back here. Alrighty. Okay. We do not want Eileen taking damage. We want to protect her. I missed. Okay, there we have it. In case you haven't noticed, monsters...
I wonder if Joseph is still alive.
One or two. In case you haven't noticed, monsters are a lot more powerful now. Come on, Eileen. Over here. Come on. Okay. Good girl, Eileen. Okay. Run along over here. Make sure Eileen's with you. Okay, run along over here for an item. Right in here, there is a very nice health drink. I mean, a nutrition drink. I always get that word wrong. Make sure you don't bump into Eileen. Unlike the previous Silent Hill escort missions, like Maria and Cynthia, you really do need to take good care of Eileen. Steppity step, step, step. Okay, go through the hole. And you want to make sure all those monsters are dead, because if you leave Eileen alone in a room with monsters, she will take damage. So step on all those tremors before you go through the hole. Okay, I'm going to use that health drink I just picked up. Okay, there's stuff here. I found two mysterious and powerful artifacts that seem to be very effective for evading ghost victims. The Holy Candle and the Saint Medallion. Not only are they effective against the ghost victims in the other world, they also seem to prevent them from invading my room. Just like the candle near where they're coming in and its holy power is activated. The Saint Medallion seems to repel unholy energy when it's worn. Equipped. I'm starting to gain some hope. July 25th. Alright, pick that up. It's a filthy envelope. There's a letter and a toy key inside. Mommy, I'll give you this, so please wake up soon. It's inside my toy train. Put the kid's letter into your scrapbook. Key-shaped plastic kid's toy. Anyway, like that memo said, starting from this point forward, your room is going to get invaded, and those invasions can damage you. But luckily, we have holy candles and saint medallions on our side. You can examine the radio to make sure there's nothing in here. When there's no static, that means your room is clear. But when there is static, that means you need to look out for a haunting, and I'll be sure to get into that later. Okay, with me I have an axe, a sword of obedience, a saint medallion, the Lynn Street line coin, and a toy key. I also have Eileen's bag with me. Alright, and save. And starting from this point forward, there is no more new flavor text for anything in Henry's room. You cannot examine these photos anymore, and you can't even examine the clock or the bookshelf or anything. So I'm going to look out the peephole and the window to see if there's anything new. Okay, there's a hot air balloon up there, that's very cool. Okay, now it's time for the peephole. Okay, nothing new there. So because there's nothing new to examine, that's where the video shall end. Thank you for watching.